Hey guys, welcome to our episode 4 review for House of the Dragon, and this is oh boy, the horny bunk on the head episode here.
Yep.
But simultaneously, I'm gonna say this was a damn good episode for me. This is that multi-layered intrigue and personal stakes episode that I think is up there with the best of them. And I think with this and fleshing out some of these additional characters, the players getting more interesting, I think this is perhaps emerging as my favorite show right now. And I got to say, well done, HBO, especially with how hurt I was on season 8 of Game of Thrones. Which, my girl's rewatching them, and I'm just laughing as we're watching. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe it, man! That and we just watched the Long Night Battle, and if you don't have an OLED TV, it is just so difficult to fucking see anything in the goddamn battle. It's just it still hurts, but I can continue to pretend it didn't happen because we have a brand new show here, House of the Dragon, which is really starting to really convince me. I'm all in. I think this is what I was hoping for and waiting for, these political intrigue episodes that have some great writing, that have multi-layered elements to them, and great character motivations. This episode doesn't really have any battles in it, anything like that. One motherfucker does get shanked. He fucked around and found out. We'll talk about that.
Talk shit, get hit.
Yeah, talk shit, get hit, and I'm proud of the little kid. But other than that, I thought it was a great episode. This is really sort of cementing House of the Dragon as superior TV right now, even above Amazon's billion-dollar show. House of the Dragon is doing much better. So what did you guys think of this particular episode?
I did enjoy it, but I think it was kind of slow. This is all Ray's episode of courtship and just her issues. I kind of would have liked them to add more political intrigue. We do get some at the end a little bit, but it was mainly just her. No? What do you mean no? No, you didn't like it? Well, that was just my opinion. So I thought it was a little bit slower on my end.
I thought the political intrigue was the best part of the show, Joe. I try to keep my mouth shut. Dude, there's shit from Damien, there's shit from Viserys, there's shit from Alicent. Motherfucking the Hand of the King is just fired at the end of the episode. Motherfucker got caught. It's not just Ray, Joe. I thought this was really well done, and I'm so happy and surprised by the show every week. Now I'm like, oh man, I have something to look forward to. You know, I was a little cold on it at first. I could see that it was good, but I think the political intrigue is the best part of this particular episode.
Not the penetration.
That shit was that was some weird stuff. I didn't want to see that. I was like, oh, what's happening?
Touch my uncle. I don't want to watch any of this shit.
Fucking have sex with the uncle, but the way it was filmed, I don't think he actually had sex with her. I think
he does not.
Yeah,
he specifically said he can't get it up. He's impotent.
Yeah, I had to wait for the last bit of the episode, the impotent, and it's like, oh yeah, they've been laying hints of that throughout because remember he was in the brothel trying to screw that other chick and he had the whiskey dick. But I think
they got moon tea, but they don't have the little blue pills. Like, come on.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think it's multi-level because I think Damien actually was doing it to get a rise out of his brother. But then when he actually realized that she was into it, and he realized what was happening and couldn't go through with it on behalf of Rhaenyra. But yeah, Alex. So what did you think?
I think this is probably the best episode of the season. I don't think that the political intrigue rivals Game of Thrones yet. I think it's definitely ramping up in there. I think that this show likes to have a lot of things happen behind the scenes, and I want to see those things. I want to see more of, like, I get it because you're telling me that Otto is plotting and he's doing a little bit of it, but like I want to see more of that. Like I want to see more backroom conversations.
Him and Alicent talking or something.
Absolutely. I loved him talking with the little kid, like having him as a little spies everywhere. That really kind of fleshes more Otto. Like if we really delve into that and we show that there are people that are really trying to grab and play the Game of Thrones, I think this will continue to just get better and better if we go there. So I think this is probably the best episode of the season for me.
It's the best episode of the season.
So I finally get some of the
Weird
things
to say
I want.
that about the horny fucking
Yeah,
uncle.
it was. I was uncomfortable during that part. So like that's not my thing.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
It's the best episode.
So I think if we flesh out some of these things, I think it'll get better. Now I will defend myself, motherfuckers on the internet. If this is like a 9 or a 10, then what the fuck were you guys talking about last episode? Because is this a 14 out of 10? Because there's different
Yeah, I think there are some people that are so excited and happy about House of the Dragon that they kind of rate it a little higher right now.
If everything is an 8 or 9 out of 10, then nothing is an 8 or 9 out of 10.
A little bit of a grading on a curve because of how hurt they were on Game of Thrones.
Oh, fuck your feelings. Fuck your feelings. I think this episode is good, and so, I mean...
But Alex says fuck your feelings.
But, like, yeah. Look.
Yeah, so that's what's working the most in this particular one is the political intrigue from alt-right. Viserys actually has a little bit of a backbone in here, and it comes out little. I liked that. There's some fucking creepy ass scenes where he's having sex with Alicent, his queen, and he's got
this poor girl has this rotting corpse just writhing on her, and she's just like.
And you can tell that, she's kind of trapped herself. It's not really about love. She's not really in love with him or anything. And she's hearing stories about how Ray is out there doing whatever the fuck she wants in a brothel. And she's like, man.
Yeah, it's kind of like Ray was telling her, I don't want that kind of fate. Where I just I'm a prisoner, just squeezing out
babies.
Yep.
That's what. Thank you, Joe. It's like I remember that line now, and that kind of highlights a good dialogue. That's good writing compared to like Rings of Power, where the lines aren't hitting well. They're trying to do those little lines like bumper sticker lines where it doesn't really work. This one, well directed, well written, and had some poignant moments. And when she says that to Alicent, she realizes, oh shit, Ray's like, maybe I hit her too hard.
Oh yeah.
And then she like apologizes.
Oh shit, that's the queen. I can fucking,
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's her friend. That's from the perspective of that one. But yeah, I really, really liked it. So, and it just shows you fucking Damon, man. God damn, he manipulates Ray for his own ends. Ends up trying to make her undesirable amongst the kingdom because, like you said, Joe, it's mainly bidding for her hand right now, and he is doing his own bid just to fucking get a rise out of his brother and wants to make her damaged goods so that he can marry her. And I'm like, what? But makes sense in the lore because the Targaryens are known for doing that kind of stuff. So
there's parts of this fucking country that we live in right now where first cousins. Yeah. I guess it's a niece nephew, but I mean like people. Again, look at the fucking Habsburgs. Yeah, like that shit happens.
Anyways, but yeah, a good episode done. Well enough. I mean, when you're directing a scene like that, you can fuck it up very easy. So I think this was a female director. She did a great job. Saw it in the after the episode that she was talking about how she was doing it.
Her goal was to make me uncomfortable. You grew up, yeah.
Yes, uncomfortable. And yeah, so by the end here, Rhaenyra is realizing in the council meetings that shit is going down, and her father is needing to do something. And because the sea snake is entertaining ideas with allying with the free cities and strengthening himself elsewhere, and she realizes she's got a duty to do. And when they're in a scene talking with each other, she's like, okay, I'll fucking marry, Lord Coral's son, but you have to do your duty. And it's basically Otto, this motherfucker who has been scheming behind the scenes. The fact that he's already got spies on her, he's just waiting for a moment for her to fuck up. She fucks up, and, he tries to jump on it, and she's like, he's been waiting for this the whole time. You need to get rid of him. Finally, Viserys has some backbone and says, I cannot trust you anymore. Takes his fucking pin off to get the fuck out of here. That was cool. But yeah, after and then another big moment that might have repercussions here is that so Damien got her all hot and heavy, and she's fulfilling her sexual desires and stuff, but he doesn't do anything. He runs off, and she's like, fuck. So she goes back to she needs her some D. So she goes finds what's that guy's name? Kristen Cole, and that night, and he's like, "My lady, I'm not supposed to."
If I have sex with you, you can execute me, and if I defy you, you can execute me, and I don't know what to
so
do.
if I'm gonna die, I might as well have sex with Renera right now. All right, let's do it. So motherfucker got a big old smile on his face, and then he got to do the deed. Don't know if he climaxed in her, because then another plot point at the very end, which is, clever, is the Maester comes in and gives her a fucking solution.
A tea.
That's supposed to, terminate her pregnancy if she has, a potential pregnancy. And the king thinks it's Damon's, but he doesn't really know that it's Cole. She has to drink it, but at the same time, she doesn't want to drink it because she said, "No, I didn't fucking do that. We didn't do anything." So it's really multi-layered, and then like the whole episode said, it's about perception. It doesn't matter what fucking happened, it's the perception of the thing. And I just saw some really intelligent discussions in the way it's depicted. It's interesting because I talked with some people about it, and they kind of looked at some scenes differently than the way I looked at them, and I'm wondering if that was kind of purposeful. And we can get into that in a second, but good stuff. This is getting good stuff from me. So let's go to final verdicts.
Like I said, it was still kind of the Renee issue. I'm gonna go with the 7. I did like it. Matt is still fucking killing it in every episode.
How could I forget? Yeah, how could I forget? I was trying to put that in here. So Matt walks in with the fucking crown. You have no idea what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna fucking challenge him, and then he bends the knee. And I was like, oh, that's cool. He's just like the ultimate troll. And then takes his daughter out to the brothel. And sex, wanna have sex.
Like
Insert more BS.
Yeah, he's fucking killing it. That one, and it's like Alex said, I want to see some more espionage or something going on not behind the scenes.
You could expand Otto's stuff.
Yes,
I agree.
exactly.
Because sometimes it feels like you have to infer that Otto set up all this shit because you don't ever see it, and he's always acting like, "What am I? I'm not doing, my lord. I'm not doing anything."
Yeah.
But it would be better for the audience to see that, "My lord, I'm not doing anything," while simultaneously do this. We kind of see it, but it just doesn't seem to have the impact.
Do you remember how awesome it was watching Littlefinger, and he's just like, "Holy fuck, this is a devious motherfucker."
It doesn't feel like that, and I wish he felt like that more.
And so the showrunners are like, "No, we told you that Otto's devious." It's like, "Yeah, you're telling me he's devious. I want you to show me. It's a TV show. Show me the things."
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's exactly my point. I want to see some more of that, and 7 for me. Still, it's going up.
Yep.
Yeah, I like this one better. I think we're getting closer to what I actually want out of the show. I want to see 3 different powers set up, try to play the game through marriage, play the game through, like this, trying to diminish someone's claim to the throne by being sullied, right? And so I want to see more of that stuff, and I think we're going the direction that I want. I think this is a above average. On the Game of Thrones thing, I think this is like an 8. I think this is good stuff, and I'd like to see more of this.
Yeah, I was at an 8 too, but I think after going over it in my head some more, I think it gets up to a 9. I think that this is the moment where I'm like, yes, I'm on board. It has the capability of making its characters more interesting. I'm now more interested in Rhaenyra. I'm more interested in, the Otto and what's happening with him now that he's got no job.
Yeah.
Is he going to be fucking, all right, well, I'm going
great
full on. Let's
like
go.
What's going on next
You've
season?
unchained
next
me.
Episode.
Same thing with Daemon. And motherfucker gets away with it again. Almost cuts his name. And he's like, I can't do it. My brother, get the fuck, go home. And it's like, man, you sent this guy home so many times.
Right.
What's he gonna do now? You know what I mean?
So you see this guy here? Don't let him inside this fucking castle.
So it's getting good for me. So I am gonna go with a 9. And I know, Alex, I just think on the scale of this episode, this is the best one. So I'm giving it higher. So it's just that's the kind of political intrigue and character drama and stuff that I was hoping that we'd see, and we're getting it now. And so I'm like, okay, if they're capable of this, and getting even better, and we can set the pieces into motion, and it's gonna get pretty good, hopefully from here on out. So I think Well, this episode cements. This is my favorite show right now. So all right, let's go into the episode breakdown. Wait, 9.
Yes.
Okay, so episode breakdown. So, beginning of episode, we see bidding for her hand. So, first guy, too old. Next guy,
a child.
Too young.
And he's getting shit talked by like this random dude.
Fuck that guy.
And it's just like
protect you.
It's like who
She's
one
got dragons, you dumb cunt.
Yeah, yeah, and she laughs too.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a funny joke, but I can't tell if she was being mean to the kid or being mean to the guy because she said something like, "What the fuck did she say?" I don't remember what she said, but it's like, whatever. I just was happy that the kid stood up for himself. What the fuck you saying? He fucking drew his sword. And because this guy's from the Blackwood, he don't fucking mess around. He got that old blood in him and shit. And you hear off screen, ching, and I'm like, oh, man, he killed that boy. Nope.
Yeah.
the kid got attacked a little bit. He was
fucking
holding his
killed him.
abdomen, but yeah, that guy did.
Yeah, so he ends up killing the bully. So good for that kid. But they're basically, everybody's trying to get with her. And then we get the scene of Damon arriving at the king. We talked about that already. It was just well done. He's got his little crown. King of the Narrow Sea or something like that. But I know who the true king is. It's you. And then they have a party. You know, he's got to accept his brother. His brother took care of this problem for him. So her father is kind of like, hey, get out of here. You know, because I put you on fucking tour. You're supposed to get married, and then you just cut it short. You're pissing me off.
2 months short.
So showing favor to, his brother rather than, talk. So Allison and Ray do a little bit of talking there. Good scene as well between these former friends, and they're just, put in these situations. Allison, I'm starting to really like more. She's got her own things going, and then we get Rhaenyra and Damon talk to each other. They definitely have rapport. They even switched to the old tongue, which I thought was cool. I was like, man, that's cool, man. Shit, you can almost do the whole show like that. I wouldn't mind. And they switched back to English, but I liked it. And just character development. And what else? So yeah, then later that night, he leaves a note in her room that there's like fucking secret passages in the castle that she didn't know about, and you can get out the back. I'm like, man, when this castle's under siege, if somebody fucking knows about that, they can go and kill the princess and king pretty easily. But I guess it's a well kept secret. So they go out on night out on the town, and what happens? Alex.
They go tavern to tavern to tavern. But do we see them go tavern to tavern?
No, we do see them go to a play.
Yeah.
That's a cool little
where they make fun of her.
They're making fun of her. They're talking about the
no,
little
she shouldn't be
babe,
the queen.
Right? I like how she's like, boo, lies, slander.
And I was like, shut up,
That was
stupid.
That was a fun moment. So a little bit of levity in there that I like. And then, some guy calls her like, get out of my way, boy. And she's like, he called me a boy. Like, so excited.
Yeah.
Because she's a princess. She doesn't get to get out much. Damon, you see, he knows his shit.
You've been to,
he knows. He
He's
goes
been
straight to the brothel.
all the brothels the entire time. And so, like,
Let's go drink in the brothel.
it feels like this episode needed to be 30 minutes longer, and it probably was 30 minutes longer, and they cut things. Because in the after credit scene, they talk about how later on they go like tavern to tavern to tavern. And you see her drink a little bit, but she's supposed to be drunk by the time they get to the brothel. It's like, I'd like to see more of that stuff.
I think the director probably cut that out because she wanted to show that Ray had urgency, because it's a hot button issue if you've got a drunk girl and you're taking advantage of her. That has negative connotations for Damon's character rather than it being Ray's choice. And the director even talks about this, is like, look, women want to have sex as much as men, when they get fucking horny. And she was ready and she was going. So they wanted to give her agency and give her, like, I'm making this decision. And then Damon's like, oh, fuck, I can't get it up. See, I didn't interpret it that way until the final thing where they're like, he was impotent. I thought he just was teasing her or didn't want to go through with it. But apparently he would have gone through with it if he could get his dick I don't fucking.
Well, his previous prostitute said like, "Oh, do you need me to go get like a silver wig or something so you can get it up?" And so like his pee-pee no work. So
only for a specific way, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
But then if it was a silver wig, then that's only if he's with a Targaryen. But he couldn't even get it up with this Targaryen. It's probably because it was Rey, and he respects his relationship with his niece. I don't know. Anyways, that's why I think people can interpret it slightly different ways. But they visit that sex brothel. It's getting a little Game of Thrones up in here. Got some sex and some frontals.
It was very dark. Couldn't see anything.
On your TV, I could see it. That's on my TV.
What happened?
Anyway, so he basically gets her all worked up and then fucking leaves. And so she's like, I need some. And so she goes back to the castle, does it with Kristen Cole, which could lead to some trouble in the future. Is she going to drink this potion? Is she going to keep the baby and say it's Kristen's? I don't know, because I don't know the lore here, so it could go either way. I'm sure some people already know how it goes. Does she drink?
That's what for me, it's sort of wrapping up at the end, because everything is like kind of falling to pieces. The pieces would come together. I'm like, okay, this is picking up.
It could go crazy, man. I mean, she could end up pregnant, and then that rumor that she was fucking around with Daemon, in the perception of it, could be true. So she has to drink that, I think, so. And it sucks for her. It's an internal conflict, because she's like, oh, no, Kristen Cole, his baby dead, and I like this guy.
I don't think she wants a baby.
No, she don't want a baby. Yeah. So it's just crazy, man. Anyways, and then the hand of the king. So this is another great scene, because he's got to tell the fucking king that, her uncle. I'm like, is he going to come right out and say it? He's like tiptoeing around it. And I like that. He's like, your daughter was found in a brothel. And he's like, and? Like, well, I don't give a fuck. She can be in a brothel if she wants. But he's like, yeah, but in the brothel, he's like, yeah.
Never found.
With the uncle. Oh, what?
So?
Coupling. And he's like, get the fuck out. He's like, who the fuck said this? I'm going to cut his eyes out. This is a lie. And yeah, so he brings him that news. And then Alicent was there the whole time listening in. And she immediately sends a messenger to Rhaenyra and talks to her about it and says, look, the king was just informed. How could you do this? This is crazy. And then Rey lies. She swears on the memory of her mother. I'm like, damn, man, you're lying straight up. You couldn't tell her like a half-truth where it's like, yeah, my uncle was trying to fucking do something. And I was like, nah. She said, no, never touched me. So is that going to blow up in her face?
I think she was. I think it was like a lie through admission where she's like, we didn't, do the thing.
Yeah.
They're not counting kissing here. So
okay,
because there was no penetrative sex.
Correct. So then, essentially, that's when we get that scene. We get the king confronting his brother. Like he gets summoned to the Iron Throne. And he's not on the Iron Throne, comes out from the side and fucking puts his blade on him. And basically, at that moment, he makes his play. Daemon says, your daughter, let me wed her. And that was what he was doing. So, nope. He says, get the fuck out of here. Go back to the instead of killing him, tells him to go back to the Vale.
It's a brave fucking thing to do, to be in a room with your brother who knows what he's doing with a sword, because he does not. The king has no fucking idea what he's doing with weapons.
In this moment, I think he was fucking hot and heavy and ready to fucking kill him, and plus he's a little drunk. So in that moment, if Viserys wanted to kill him, he would have killed him. I don't think it's the other way
No, but
around.
I think if Daemon wanted to kill him, even hungover, Daemon wins. You got to be real brave, because like Daemon's a
father's anger about fucking his daughter, uncle fucking his daughter. I don't know, man. There's some courtroom motherfuckers who kill that guy person. So, anyways, but I just think the intrigue is good, and the treachery, the maneuvering, the whispers and the lies and the half truths. It's getting good, and this is where I want. They're building it sufficiently for me.
Like I said, like I would have liked it if like Allison and Otto were talking in the back. Is like, this is what happened, and she's like in the dilemma. She's like, well, she's my friend. Like some more like that. Give her Allison
Right, and then
some more
Otto's
character.
pushing her to do the thing that she doesn't want to do.
Give her some more
And
character
she's like,
development or
"God damn it."
something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I would like to see, some more of that, and then it would raise up my scores.
We get more Prince of Who Was Promised tales. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Stop reminding me of that. He calls his daughter.
I changed my score to a 7.
Because of the Prince of the
And
Promised.
now
So she sees the blade, and he's like, that blade was owned by this guy and that guy and that guy. And if it's done right, then you see it says the Prince that was promised. And that results in absolutely
It's sad and impotent.
nothing
Like
in
fucking
Game
Damon.
of Thrones. We've seen what it results to. But Joe, if John wasn't there, then none of this would have gone this particular way. Nah, man, I want the prince that was promised. I wanted him to fucking fight the Night King. Giving that moment to Arya as a character has no fucking connection to that fucking subplot was the stupidest decision. The choice was obvious. No, it wasn't. Anyways, fuck all that Prince of Promise stuff. So then he terrible. She tells her father, okay, I will marry Corlyn's son, Lenore, and but you got to do your duty as king. Yeah.
I needed a scene between her and Otto at any point in this entire series where she doesn't trust Otto because he does something
That
shitty.
see,
And it's like,
See, I do feel like maybe there was some
they
stuff
keep
cut out.
telling me how cool and like devious Otto is,
And
but
in the end,
they
yeah.
have never fucking shown
And I
it.
think the fans who are are hyped up on the show are filling in those blanks for him. It's like, bro, I just need a little more. You're doing great. I just need
like I
little
said,
more
I'm
on the Otto side.
I'm praising this episode because I think it's getting better. But if you keep all the cool shit off scenes, I'm gonna be upset because when she's like, "I need you to like get rid of Otto," it's like,
Yep.
what?
Yeah.
Like this?
I mean, it's clear that Otto wants his fucking blood, his son or his son to
does
be the
Corlys.
line on the fucking king. Exactly.
I mean, so does everyone. Like the father's like, yeah, so does fucking everybody. What makes this different?
So she agrees to marry if he gets rid of Otto because she's like, enough of this shit. You need to do what you already have known. And he's like, yeah, he's definitely planning and stuff. So she does so and gets rid of the hand of the king. He's like, we owe you a great debt, but all these convenient things of you coming to power has happened. And he's describing these cool moments where it's like, yeah, he's probably maneuvering and doing all these awesome things that we don't ever really see.
Could I have seen those, please?
5
No,
days.
you may not see them.
5
No.
days.
Anyways, so then in the very episode, then she's given the sort of birth control solution, and it ends right there before you see what
a
she
trap.
does with it. I think all she needs to do is fucking open it, drinking it, and then fucking destroy it or throw it in a fireplace or I don't know, get it in a way where it looks like, no, I didn't drink it, but the liquid's gone.
He just told me it was regular tea.
Yeah. So anyways, he does this as a way to essentially get back at his brother, Damon, but his impotence gets in the way is what they're saying in the after the episode description. I didn't quite see it that way, but it could go either way, yeah. So yeah, great episode, and one that I'm very, very excited now for episode 5, and I think things are on track with the House of Dragon. This is running well, and I hope Rings of Power can get on track, because when I realized that there was only 8 episodes there, and they're on episode 3, and we're like, still, what's going on? Here, House of the Dragon episode 4, we're on track. So hopefully Rings of Power can do the same. But as of right now, this is much better and one of the best series on television. It's surprising because it's a Game of Thrones spinoff, but different writing team that is doing a good job. All right, guys, that's our opinion on episode 4. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.